He's the home and away star who's gone a long way since leaving Summer Bay. Lincoln Lewis has won a Logie, travelled the world and discovered a love for food on national TV.
Now the actor has set his sights on what could be one of the most important films of his career, starring alongside fellow Aussie actors Travis Fimmel and Luke Bracey.
And Lincoln Lewis joins us. Nice to see you, mate.
Good to see you guys.
Always good chat. You've just come back from the Gold Coast. You've been shooting this exciting new film called Danger Close.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
It's wicked. It's based on the Battle of Long Tan. So we're shooting both in the Gold Coast and out in Kingaroy. And so, yeah, we've been doing a couple of days out there. It's amazing. We did some pre-production, learnt about the history of it all, did some weapons training, and just every single person that's working on this is just so excited to be able to take part in such a special project, because I think they've been trying to get this off the ground for about 15 years now. And finally, now that it's being done, we've been speaking to some vets about it and seeing how just heavy it is, and you know, for them to open up and talk to us about it is such a special thing. So, mate, every person, our roles, big or small, we are so humbled to be part of this and just really want to do it justice.
Such a crucial battle in Australian military history as well.
And we do have a really proud history of doing amazing films like this. We've got Gallipoli, Breaker Morant, more recently, of course, Hacksaw Ridge. How emotional is it when you're playing a character that has been through this?
Yeah, you hit on that. It's hard to sort of comprehend, isn't it? When you sort of learn about what all these guys went through, and they were kids. You know, we were just talking about a second ago. They were just kids, and for them to be thrown into that with the tiniest amount of training and to do what they've done, which is just basically ingrained the Australian spirit and kind of what really put the Australian courage on the map. Just as kids who were thrown in with very, very little clue about, because it was foreign terrain. It's you can't really comprehend it. And so for us to be part of this again, we feel pretty damn lucky.
Yeah.
Good on you.
And Lincoln, you have some great co-stars on this project, don't you?
Yeah.
Viking star Travis Fimmel, one of my all-time favourites, and Luke Bracey as well. What are those guys like?
They're
to work
great.
with?
Yeah. So Bracey and I have known each other for years, and he's a fantastic bloke. I can't speak highly enough about Luke, and so we've been able to catch up a little bit. And I got to meet Travis the other day. And I tell you what, I've watched Vikings. Yeah, you see him on the screen there.
And he's one of the most fearsome characters ever.
He's so intense. And then meeting him, he's such a lovely dude. You know, so I was a bit sort of nervous about going up and saying g'day to him. And then I'm like, how you going? G'day, mate, how you going? Yeah, what have you been up to? And one of my mates played one of his sons on Vikings. And so I sort of tried to throw that in. He's like, oh, I did it. Just start having a bit of a chat. Saw him the next day. How you been, brother? You been good? I'm like, good, real good. Like, I didn't know what to say to him. I was a little bit nervous, but he's such a great guy. But every single person on this set is just, they're fantastic. But yeah, to sort of see people like Luke and Travis, see what they're doing and how far they've gone in the States, that's the dream for all of us as actors, continually work and to do something as great as that.
And great to have those guys back home making Australian films as well, I've got to say. Hey, you're an ambassador for Australian tourism.
Yeah.
Travelling around Australia. My, you have the life, don't you, Mr.
Pretty cool.
Lewis?
I'm pretty lucky. It's such a cool opportunity. Yeah, I get to see these parts of Australia some I didn't even know existed. So thankfully for the rise of social media, you get to see pictures of all these places. You go, where is that? It's in Australia. And so I'm just checking it out whenever I get the chance. And thankfully I've been able to travel around and doing stuff with Tourism Australia, some road trips with Mazda. And mate, honestly, it's been a dream come true, really. So we're in a pretty lucky country, mate.
We are.
Now, on to food. Last year, you were busy shooting Hell's Kitchen, of course, with Marco Pierre White. And it's given you a new appreciation for food.
It has.
Are you a foodie now? Are you a cook?
I think it's just given me this... growing up, you just chuck something on the plate and you'll eat it. You know what I mean? You get takeaway, you chuck a steak or whatever it may be. But doing Hell's Kitchen, I'm really getting an appreciation for how much prep goes into a good meal, like a nutritious meal. So ever since that, I'm cooking a lot more, and that's why I've aligned myself with Naked Kitchen, which is it's an all-natural food company, which is no additives, no preservatives, or everything like that. It's just naked as the day it was grown. $5 single-serve packet from Woolies, and you get that, and mate, chuck it straight in. You're good to go. And I kind of really jumped at it because one, it's a nutritious meal for if you're time sensitive, but also they're supporting Australian farmers. So you got to support your local business and stuff like that, and that's what really sort of solidified me wanting to get involved with these guys. So, yeah.
Terrific to have you with us.
You're a good man,
Good
Lincoln.
on you.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Good to see you.
Pleasure.